This is the Dallas Morning News.
It's Thursday, July 30th. Mostly sunny and hot today with a high of 101. Clear and warm this evening with a low of 82. Here are today's headlines. Attorneys for a woman who sued Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones for an alleged sexual assault at a 2018 social event are seeking to remove the judge overseeing the case, arguing she has favored Jones and questioning her court staff's contacts with a social media commentator. In a court filing Monday, the attorneys asked that State District Judge Aisha Redmond be recused from the long-running civil case. They contend Redmond has repeatedly ruled for the defense, treated the two legal teams differently when imposing sanctions, and allowed the litigation to drag on for years. Redmond could not be reached for comment Tuesday and did not immediately respond to a message on Wednesday. The recusal motion filed by Thomas Bowers III, who represents the woman, alleges that Redmond's court coordinator contacted Tiffany Billions, also known as Tiffany McAdoo, to tell her about a scheduled court hearing. Billions, a social media commentator who also has been active in coverage of the Carmelo Anthony stabbing case, said in an affidavit obtained by the woman's lawyers that the coordinator told her to arrive an hour early and offered to connect her audio and video equipment to the courtroom system. In other news, a 40-acre data center campus proposed by Dallas developer Crow Holdings may spell the end of Dallas's Market Hall building. No closing date has been publicly announced, but the building, once touted as the world's largest privately owned exhibition hall, appears to no longer serve its original purpose. The venue is no longer booking events. The last scheduled event is this weekend, and its future remains unclear. Market Hall officials and city zoning records indicate the building is located on a series of parcels where Dallas-based Crow Holdings plans to build a 245-megawatt data center campus on 40 acres. Crow Holdings declined to provide additional details about the future of Market Hall, including any potential demolition or repurposing. The 40-acre site spans from an empty field near Children's Medical Center to the Market Hall. However, Crow Holdings said the nearby Renaissance Dallas Hotel is not included in the current redevelopment plans. News of Market Hall's impending closure was first reported by Dallas Morning News columnist Robert Wolanski. Crow Holdings officials said in January that design work was underway for the first 70-megawatt building that was to be built on a vacant lot. Initial site work on an empty Crow-owned parcel between the Renaissance Hotel and the Children's Medical Center began in recent weeks. Next up, under a blazing morning sun, dozens of people lined up behind a bus near a plane at a private hangar at Dallas Love Field Airport. Over the course of an hour, about 25 people with restraints on their wrists, waists, and ankles could be seen climbing stairs onto a plane operated by Eastern Air Express. About 14 people in similar restraints disembarked from the plane and boarded the bus. For months, Dallas activists and immigrant advocates have protested the transportation of migrants in federal custody through flights at Love Field, saying the city-owned airport should have no role in what they say is the inhumane treatment of hundreds of people. Dallas Aviation Department officials confirmed to the Dallas Morning News that flights connected to federal immigration operations have occurred at Love Field. But the city and a private hangar company on airport grounds say they have no authority over flights conducted by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. And nearly three-quarters of Texas's confirmed cyclosporiasis cases this year have come from just two regions of the state. That's according to data from state health authorities. While Texas's case count has primarily been shared in one statewide number, the Texas Department of State Health Services provided a more specific breakdown in response to a records request from the Dallas Morning News. State health authorities declined to share the numbers on a county-by-county basis, citing confidentiality restrictions, but did provide numbers for each of the state's 8 public health regions. That data shows the majority of cases this year, from the beginning of May through July 20th, have stemmed from 2 regions. The first includes Laredo, Corpus Christi, and the southernmost part of Texas. Of the 106 lab-confirmed cases statewide, 48 were reported from South Texas's Region 11. That region alone accounts for 45% of the state's cases. The other region includes Harris County and the city of Houston, and an additional 29 cases stem from that region. The two regions together account for about 73% of the state's cases. In response to questions about why these two regions are reporting more cases and whether there are specific sources of the illness, Department of State Health Services spokesperson Douglas Loveday said in an email that a source for the Texas cases has not yet been identified. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from the Dallas Morning News.